Week 1 marks the official start of pregnancy, even though fertilization has not yet occurred. Doctors calculate pregnancy from the first day of the last menstrual period. During this week, your body begins preparing for a possible pregnancy. Hormonal changes help the uterus build a healthy lining, creating the perfect environment for a future embryo. While your baby has not formed yet, an incredible journey is about to begin. Every new life starts with a single possibility. Week 2 is when your body prepares for one of the most important moments in human reproduction, ovulation. A mature egg develops inside the ovary and is released into the fallopian tube, where it may meet a sperm cell. Hormones prepare the uterus for a possible pregnancy. This is the week when conception becomes possible. A single egg, a single chance. The beginning of an extraordinary journey. This week, fertilization occurs as a single sperm joins with a mature egg inside the fallopian tube. In that instant, a unique genetic code is formed, shaping many of the baby's future characteristics. The fertilized egg, now called a zygote, begins rapidly dividing as it travels toward the uterus. Though microscopic in size, it already carries the blueprint for an entire human being. From one tiny cell comes the miracle of life. During week 4, the embryo implants into the uterus and begins receiving nutrients from the mother. Pregnancy has officially begun.
At week 5, your baby is growing rapidly. The neural tube, which will become the brain and spinal cord, is beginning to form. The tiny heart is developing, and the foundations of all major organs are already being established. Though only the size of a sesame seed, your baby is growing with incredible potential. Week 6, your baby's development is accelerating rapidly. The tiny heart is now beating and pumping blood throughout the growing body. The brain, spinal cord, and facial features continue to develop. Small arm and leg buds begin to appear, marking the early formation of the limbs. Though only the size of a lentil, remarkable changes are happening every day. A tiny heartbeat, a powerful sign of new life. At week 7, your baby is growing rapidly. The brain is developing quickly, while the eyes, nose, and ears begin to take shape. Tiny arms and legs continue to grow, and the heart is beating steadily. Though only the size of a blueberry, major organs and body systems are developing every day. Each day brings new milestones in your baby's incredible journey. At week 8, your baby is becoming more recognizable as a tiny human. Fingers and toes are beginning to form, while the eyes, ears, and nose continue to develop. The heart is beating strongly, and major organs are growing rapidly. Though only the size of a raspberry, amazing development is happening every day. Your baby's journey is becoming more extraordinary with each passing week. At week 9, your baby is now officially called a fetus. The heart is beating strongly, facial features are becoming clearer, and tiny fingers and toes continue to develop. Though only the size of a cherry, your baby is growing and changing every day. A new chapter of development has begun. At week 10, your baby is growing rapidly and all major organs have now formed. Tiny fingers and toes are fully separated and the baby can begin making small movements. Although still very small, your baby is looking more and more like a tiny human every day. Growth and development continue at an incredible pace. At week 11, your baby is growing rapidly and becoming more active. The heart is beating strongly, facial features are becoming clearer, and tiny fingers and toes are fully formed. Although you can't feel it yet, your baby is already moving inside the womb. Each day brings new growth and remarkable development. At week 12, your baby has reached an important milestone. The heart is beating strongly, major organs are developing, and tiny movements have begun. Although still small, your baby is growing stronger every day. Welcome to the end of the first trimester, a remarkable stage in your baby's journey. Ready for weeks 13 to 27? Subscribe to Gynecology Team and follow your baby's journey week by week. Don't miss the next trimester. The most exciting stages of development are still ahead.